Just want to give you an introduction of a few minutes and then we'll give over the phone chairship to Rabbi Lieberman. You saw the film. I know what it reminded you, but it reminded me of this phrase with which Rousseau started the social contract, that man is born free but is everywhere in chains. And if we would change it a little bit, we'd say, women are born free but they're everywhere in chains. And if you're going to ask me a question, what do you mean she's everywhere in chains? Not everyone is an Agunah. So how could all women and all men be in chains? Our answer is a rabbi from a pasuk in the Torah. You know, in the Torah there is an institution of the Jubilee year, the 15th year, Yovel. And the halacha is that on Yovel, the slaves are freed. It happens to be on the Yom Kippur of Yovel, all slaves are freed. How does the Torah formulate that concept that slaves are freed? Ukratem dror, and you shall give freedom, call to freedom, l'chol yoshveha. Give freedom to all its inhabitants. But not all its inhabitants are slaves. What is it the Torah should say? Ukratem dror, l'chol avoteo. The Torah should give liberty to the slaves. Why does the Torah say give freedom to all its inhabitants? But the answer is in something very American, something that Abraham Lincoln said. You can't have a nation that's half nation, half free and half slave. You can't have people that are half free and half slave. And if you have Agunot in the world, it's not only the Agunot who are suffering, we are suffering. And if you don't suffer and it doesn't care, then it's a problem with us. And if indeed, as you saw in this film, in this video, that some women have problems with Jewish law, it's not their problem. We have a problem with Jewish law because we believe that the Torah is the Torah Tehet, and the Torah is the Torah of justice, and the Torah is the Torah of goodness. And if Torah is frustrated, and if Torah is falsified by whatever you want, whether holding it back again for 10 years because you want extortion, and all of a sudden extortion is the gold standard by which you give a get, then there's something wrong with the interpreters of Torah. There's nothing wrong with the Torah, but everything is wrong with the Lomdei Torah, with those who interpret Torah. It's very interesting. That pasuk of Ukrot and Dror, L'chol Yoshveo, you should call freedom to all its inhabitants, is when does that happen? What day of the year do we free our slaves in the Jubilee year? It happens to be that we free them on Yom Kippur. Why Yom Kippur? Because Yom Kippur is the apex, the example of the religious experience. On Yom Kippur you can think, today I have to do tshuva for not thinking the right thing, for not looking at the right thing, for not eating the right restaurant, etc., etc., etc. So I have to be involved in my personal life. So you will think that you'll be involved in your personal life and you exclude everybody. No, you can't do that. You can't do tshuva for your personal life if you don't include the Agunot, if you don't include the slaves, if you don't include those who are chained. There's no Yom Kippur without that. That is what Yiddishkeit teaches us. That's what Torah teaches us. And if we founded the International Bezdin, this is what we try to do. We try to do a Bezdin that doesn't leave a stone unturned in the Heter Agunah. We don't do things that have not been done, but we do everything that could be done. And there are many things that could be done. And the message I want to give today, and there's only one message I want to give, that the Agunahs have a right, and not only they have right, there are ways of freeing Agunot. I'm not going to boast and be arrogant and say that the methods that we use are systemic answers to the problem of Agunah. They'll free all 100%. That would be dishonest. But if today 20% of Agunot of people who need a get their get, we can raise it to 60% and 70%. It could be done. The Jewish law could be done. And indeed, we can, if there would really be a will, there can be a systemic, there can be other things. But we're not even willing to talk about them. We're not even willing to talk and re-bring the concept, let's say, of conditional marriages. The concept of conditional marriage could solve the problem of the Agunah. It could. And people are not even willing to talk about it, or write about it, or think about it. That's the tragedy. There are other ways that it can be used, and people are afraid to use it. And if it was used once in Eretz Yisrael a few years ago in the Ghetto of Tzfat, all of a sudden the chief rabbinate now is convening this week or next week a session to undo what happened in Tzfat, where they used another method. And that's something what we need. I know it's important, and I think that you should know it's important. And the message that you should get is one thing: the Torah has answers. We can overcome the stain of the Agunah problem on Jewish law, on Jewish people, on ourselves. But we need your help, and we need your will, and you need your pressure, yes, pressure the rabbis. What have you done for Agunah today? What have you done for the problem of Agunah? Do you think that the Agunah is a problem? What have you done today? What have you done yesterday? What are you going to do next week about this problem? This is the message that I want to give you tonight. Thank you.